The last matchup of Saturday, we have some NWSL after dark action. It's Portland Thorns playing host to Washington Spirit. Portland had a nice long week break along with Washington. Portland coming off of the Cascadia lost to OL Reign last weekend 2-1. And I think that loss against OL Reign hurt Portland Thorns more or just as much as it elevated OL Reign and gave them momentum. I think that Portland will come out with a vengeance in this matchup against Washington. One thing that head coach Mark Parsons said about that Portland OL Reign game is that Portland should have finished it in the first half. They got one right before halftime from Angela Salem, but they could have had 2 or 3 more opportunities. So I think that Portland's going to come out against this Washington Spirit team looking to put it away in the first half. Also, you have to take a look at Washington Spirit. They're coming off of a scoreless draw against North Carolina. Trinity Rodman, her consistency on the field, it needs to be better. In big moments, she can step up and she can surprise opponents with her speed and her ability and her really clever footwork when she has the ball. But Tori Huster, Andy Sullivan, it's the midfield unit for me watching this Washington Spirit team that is truly the biggest factor in helping them get a win. This might be one of my favorite games of the weekend that I'm going to watch, not only because it's NWSL after dark, so something crazy is bound to happen for sure, but just because of the matchup and everything that is on the line for both of these teams. So, Lori, for you, Portland, Washington?
Yeah, I'm actually going to go with a tie with this one. I think, I agree with everything you said.
No 2-1. No 2-1.
Yeah, listen, I had to mix it up. I agree with you, though. This is one of my favorite matchups of the weekend as well. I think, obviously Portland has been really just outstanding with their performances this year and the way they've gone about it. And always going to be a tough matchup with OL Reign. That could have gone either way, really. But with Washington, I feel like there is something here. Like, this is the youngest team in the league, and they're collectively still doing some really quality things. And for a team to hold that attack of North Carolina scoreless last weekend is massive in terms of confidence. Now, it does come down to the midfield. I agree with you on that as well, with Andy Sullivan, Tori Huster, Dorian Bailey, or whoever, how they decide to go with that configuration. I think the big question mark is how they will always deal with that extra player for Portland in there and defend that. It's not easy place to play at Portland, maybe not everyone knows that, but you can imagine, right, in front of all the fans. So it's going to be a challenge for Washington. But I think defensively, if they can get organized, they can cause some issues themselves. But I'm going with a tie because I think this could be pretty good battle just in general through the middle of the park.
I'm also going to go with the tie on this one, but mine won't be scoreless. I don't know what yours is going to be. I'll get you there, but
1-1.
I want to get my I wanted to go 1-1. Well, fine. We'll both go 1-1. I agree. I think that it'll be so tight. That's why this is my game to watch. I'm so excited to watch this matchup and this rivalry. And for a team like Washington, they need points too. As you look at the standings, Washington number 6, 23 points. They're right on the bubble of that playoff spot. And Portland, they took their first loss in 10 games or 11 games against OL Reign. They don't like to lose. They don't like that taste in their mouth. I think they'll come back powerful with a vengeance, looking to get back on the quote unquote right track for the Thorns, especially as the championship nears. But the young squad in Washington Spirit, they can put up such a fight. They really can.